So SQL Server Management Studio, as we all know, it's a graphical tool which is used to fetch the data from the databases. We can perform some SQL codes in the SQL Server Management Studio in order to manipulate or transform the data in the SQL Server. So basically there are two parts. SQL Server is basically a tool which creates the databases in your system, and SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio, is a tool which we use to execute the queries. So basically it provides a kind of communication with all the databases which are created. Okay, and SSMS is basically a free software which we can easily download from Microsoft. So as I was going to download it for my system for some practice and having some SQL experience. So today we'll see how to download it from Microsoft. So first, in order to get SQL Server Management Studio working, you should have SQL Server. SQL Server, basically it will create a kind of a database space in your system if you are downloading it in your desktop. So basically in your desktop it will create a space where databases you can create and all the SQL related stuffs will be stored. Then we have to go for SQL Server Management Studio. Management Studio, it will we will link that server with our SQL Server databases or whatever server created by SQL Server, and then we will use SSMS in order to fetch the data, in order to manipulate the data, transform the data. SQL Server, we all know, it's RDBMS system, a relational database management system, in which the data is stored into multiple tables, so that there should not be any redundancy, duplications, and data should be there in the simplified way. That's why we use the SQL Server. It's a RDBMS, relational database management system. So let's see how to download it. So in order to have SQL Server Management Studio working, uh, first we will need the SQL Server to be downloaded. SQL servers have two versions. Basically, it's one is the developer version, one is the express version. Developer version is basically used for some robust, complicated developments. It is required for developers, testers, or whoever is working on the actual SQL environment. Then express version is basically, it's a both are actually free editions. We can download any of them, either developer or the express one. It's ideal for development and production for desktop, web, and all small server applications. Basically, if your applications are small, if you are doing it for your hobby or some having some practice on SQL, then you can go for express edition. So as my system already have, maybe I can show you the SQL Server. So my system is already having the SQL Server configuration manager. Okay, so SQL Server is already there, so I'm not going to reinstall it again. But if you don't have it, you have to install the express version. If you are doing it on your own laptop, then you can go here, download it, and will something look like SQL Server configuration manager. And if you see it, it will be executing automatically. Once this is done, then you have to go for SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, we'll download SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so basically it will be a kind of latest version. Initially I was using some 19.2 version. Now we have the updated version also for SQL Server Management Studio. Yeah, so it's 20.2. We're having the latest version. Here is the link. Maybe I can provide all the links here in the description, and you can go download SSMS 20.2. Basically it will start downloading. So in between, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. We will be putting a lot of technical details, technical videos also in the upcoming days, basically on SQL only. So the people who work on data analysis, data governance, data management, or even data migration, those will have some idea. It's basically SQL is mostly used for data related activities, data analysis and all. So it's a kind of important tool. Okay, we have almost downloaded the SQL Server Management Studio. almost done. I will. Okay, so as we have completed the download, this is the setup we have downloaded, and we'll start installing it. Yeah, so basically it will show a path where these whole setup is there. Keep it as it is, we don't need to change it. Start installing. Okay, so overall installation is completed. Okay, setup is done. We will close this. Now we will go into our search menu, search for SQL Server Management Studio, and here we can see the software is there. Okay, we'll open it. This is 20.2 version. Yep, it's opened. Here you can see all the details, login details, SQL server type is database engine. So basically this all gets created when we install the SQL Server Express version or developer version, any one of them. Okay, so that's why it's a kind of prerequisite before installing the SQL Server Management Studio. Then authentication type is Windows authentication. So basically uh, it will create a database and all the required memory space inside your local system. Okay, that's why the server is basically it's nothing but your desktop. Okay, so it has created some space in the local machine where it will refer to, and Windows authentication is basically your login credentials to your laptop. Okay, so it will automatically pick it up and it will provide you the access. Okay, so once I click connect, it will basically show you the server name and the whatever databases and all. Databases I don't have it as of now because I have recently installed one database. It's showing, I think it I may have created way back somewhere. Okay, and if you are not able to see any of these things, either server name or other things, then basically if you want to find out the server name, you just have to go to your SQL Server Express version, which is this one. Okay, and here you can see SQL Express, this is your server, and if you want to find out the host name, desktop dvgql7, so basically this is from your local machine coming up. Okay, if you don't know it, you can go to command prompt, you can go to cmd, you can type a command who am I. Okay, so basically it will give you the host name, this one, desktop dvgqul7. Okay, and this is the same one, this is the host name, and then SQL Express. Sometimes it will give your name only. This is SQL Express because way back I would have changed it, or I'm using this one as a server name. Okay, so this is over connect it to server. If you want to write execute them, uh, if you are aware of it, then yeah, it's fine. If not, then stay tuned with us, we will put some more videos showing how to use the SQL Server Management Studio, what are all these commands, what are all these icons, how to use them, then how to create complex queries, what are the other what we say details of SQL, how we use it, what are the different joins, some clauses, some group by and all functions. Yeah, so we can see it in the upcoming videos. So So this is all about the SQL Server Management Studio, its installation. Subscribe our videos, subscribe our channel if you liked it. Thank you.